you 4?
Okay, keep all that in. Hey y'all, what's good? How do you get along with your siblings? Comment below. Do you?
We tend to argue.
So we'll argue a little bit, and then we'll quickly get to resolution. But we do argue. I was gonna say having a twin brother is having like an identical twin or a twin. It's fascinating because your science and God and the universe has made you very close. And then you have to choose, like, are we going to continue this closeness, or are we going to separate?
Yeah.
And
I know lots of twins that aren't close with their twin, and so it's interesting.
Yeah, I reckon it's maybe more common, to be honest. Because you want to know why? It's hard to be close to anybody.
Yeah.
It is. Sean, last night you were saying that conversation about like monogamy versus like why get married if you can just have a companion whenever you want. Tap in, get a companion for the night, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, wink. Pew, pew, pew.
Yep.
But then I was like, Shawnee, not everybody. That's not easy for everybody to go like link up with somebody and
Keep it going.
Sometimes people find somebody and then they open up and then they're like, I'm not gonna risk losing this because it was hard to open up. So they keep going with that one person.
Yeah. Yeah. It's there's something to be said for working on and finding and then working on this person being your person, like people do that all the time and it's and it's wonderful and it is work.
Yeah. Well, it's Sunday, and Shawnee, you just said you're going to watch the whole World Cup game as opposed to just checking it out.
Yeah.
Argentina is playing Spain. Today's Sunday. It's happening in like a half hour. And our dad was born in Argentina. He moved to the U.S. when he was young, to Philadelphia, and then lived there till he was 15, 16 maybe, and then moved back to Argentina for like 10 years, and then came back to the U.S. when he was in his early 20s, and he's been in the U.S. for the past 45 years.
Yeah, and we have lots of family there that we've never met,
Well, a lot of them moved to Miami. A lot of our family moved to Miami, but we had this connection with Argentina that like isn't very strong, but I mean, shit, it's still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Our Argentinian family in Miami, fucking just
super Argentinian.
Super Argentinian, a lot of pride, big community, lots of tios and tias, and a whole like they had these parties, these like get-togethers, all the time, like 50, 60, 70 Argentinians, and then also like Italians and kind of all the different diaspora of Latin countries that come to Miami. The last thing I'll say that my favorite thing is that like that's very much still like a European culture. Like remember when we'd be chilling down there and like friends would just come over at 11 p.m. Mm-hmm. Like all of our cousins friends would just come over.
Yeah, it's Miami, so generally it's warm all the time, and there's it's a pretty fast paced like environment, go hustle.
You think?
Absolutely.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It's what it is.
I actually feel like because of the humidity and the heat, and while I get what you're saying, maybe down the strip it's like flashy, but like felt kind of languid. I felt like an iguana when I was down there.
Yeah, because we're not used to it. We're used to, more dry heat. There was very kind of, we weren't used to that. Anyways, so we got Spain and Argentina. It would be great if Argentina won because that's 2 World Cups in a row, which hasn't happened since the
60s maybe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make up a number.
Did you say that fact about how many teams have won the World Cup? in the past 10 years?
I didn't see it.
Oh, so how many teams, how many different countries have won the World Cup in the past 110 years?
Do you know?
Yeah.
20.
Only 8 countries.
I was gonna say 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said, I'll go 12 above 8.
That makes sense because
It's not easy.
it's not easy, and you have these power houses, that from the second they're 4 years old, they're kicking a soccer ball.
I heard this commentator on a podcast just recently say, until soccer becomes the sport of the streets in the U.S., it won't be as popular. He says you go to Spain, there's in the middle of a city, there's cafes, there's restaurants, there's little shops, and all the parents will drink wine and hang out and have espresso. In the center of it all the kids play soccer all day long in the streets, and it's all they want to do from 4 until they're playing against each other for the one dream of playing soccer for their country.
Which is pretty awesome, and basketball's pretty like Spain just produces some
Hella good
really good athletes because they're
Had the Gasol brothers played basketball really well.
Ricky Rubio. I mean,
Rubio,
there's a lot of good
Fernandez.
Spanish,
Yeah.
so many. Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
And who were those other brothers? Did you ever see that movie with Adam Sandler on Netflix?
Yes.
Hustle?
Yep.
That was great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sunday, tomorrow's awesome. Our parents who have been staying with Andre found a place to live around here.
Yeah. Big relief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got them set up in a nice little apartment really close to me, so they'll be safe and that was it's knock on wood, it'll be a really cool thing for our family to have them be down, living stable, living near Sean and I.
Mm-hmm.
They've been through a lot, I'll just say that.
Yeah.
And so that rips. That's happening this week. We also have a lot of stuff to be excited about. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, I'm back in the gym just about every day.
Thank God.
Holla at you, boy.
Thank God, Bubba.
And then running. I kind of got a little bug in me yesterday, a little good bug to run a marathon again.
Was it that conversation last night?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think a part of it's my ego, and a big part of it that I did last time I did a marathon 2 years ago. It was the only one I've ever done, and I hit a wall around mile 18, and because I was trucking it, but I went above my pace, which I was a novice. I didn't realize how important it was to keep your pace, train at your pace, run at your pace, and so I went past my pace. I was doing like 7:30 miles for like 18 miles, and I hit a wall. And I Frankenstein is what they call it, where like your muscles just lock up. You can't, Anyway, so then my pace ballooned to about 10 minutes for the last 8 miles. So I came in right under 9 minutes a mile, and I did a sub 4 hour, which was sick.
So you would head into it with the intention of beating your previous high? Is that
Yeah,
what you're
and just
trying to do?
sticking with the pace, just being like, all right, I'm gonna train for 3 months
At 8:30.
at 8
or
at 8 or something, and then I'm gonna run the race at 8 and not try to get off because when I started the race last time, it was 5 in the morning when they start on the pier of San Francisco, and you're just the adrenaline, and I was just passing people, I was passing, and then they all passed me.
Really, all of them?
Dude, there was old men passing me in the last around mile 22, 23, and I was just like, I just couldn't move. But
wow,
it was so humbling and awesome.
I don't think I'd ever run like a marathon. It's
insane.
It's kind of insane. But I love that you ran one and that you want to run one again. What about just a half?
Is there any grand physical feat that you're like, you know what?
I'd run a half marathon.
Oh yeah, we could do a half together.
Yeah.
Halves are sick. For my half that I did before the full, I had a 7:30 pace.
Whoa.
Yeah. and that was a trail half marathon, and there was 1,800 feet of elevation change. So you were going we were going up and down.
You had a 7:30 pace? Wow.
For the half,
Yeah.
which is what I did on the full, but I even added 5 miles to that.
Yeah.
But
Suck.
anyway, but Bubs, but what about like some grand? Do you want to hike a 14,000-foot mountain someday,
Yeah, sure.
like Shasta or?
I don't put any thought into it, but that sounds kind of nice. Yeah.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do you ever want to swim a long distance?
No, I want to get more into like functional weight, not like but like more kind of swinging stuff and more kind of like
kettlebell. And
yeah, or like
Do you want to be like that really fit older woman who swings stuff?
Sure.
She's awesome.
Yeah, because right now I do a lot of like weightlifting and squats and stuff, but I want to, as I'm getting older, get into more functional like movement stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That rips. I think. Have you been to Africa?
No.
Do you want to go to Africa?
Yeah.
Someday. Okay.
My ex is in Tunisia.
She's back in Africa?
Yeah, she's been there for like months.
I thought she was in England.
No.
She just stopped over there.
Yeah, she's been in Tunisia for.
That's sick. Hey, do you know we could get Argentine passports pretty easily?
Yeah.
Yeah, our dad was born there. We could just get dual citizenship.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it costs a little money.
Huh.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what we'd do with it. Just tell people, yeah, I'm a dual citizen. I don't speak Spanish though.
Yeah.
I poquito español. Muy poquito. All right. Well, Shawnee,
That's our check-in.
that's
for
about it. Real quick, it wouldn't be a podcast without
the book.
book talk.
Yeah.
Where are we in the Civil War? Well, Vicksburg just fell. The Union troops went on like a 6-month journey down the Mississippi, having to literally construct bridges and platforms over marshes. There was bears, pumas, snakes. These Union troops had to travel their way down, and they were confiscating farms and stuff along the way. And it was just this wild journey to get to surround Vicksburg, the siege of Vicksburg, and General Grant, and then his generals under him, basically choked 30,000 men inside this, and all the citizens inside Vicksburg. They starved them out until they surrendered. And it's fascinating. I didn't know how any of that works. When 30,000 men surrender, like what do you do?
But why didn't the South bring in troops?
And that's part of that's part of it all, is that they tried, but Grant was brilliant, and he had a lot of help, of course, and like they had to basically like
fend off
a 8,000 man army coming this way and fend off one coming this way. They had boats in the river shooting cannons the whole time into Vicksburg. It's this whole what they said afterwards is that would be studied for centuries, the siege of Vicksburg, and it has been studied for centuries. Because it took 6-8 months, and but it was a big thing to get, because then every Confederate force or outpost west of the Mississippi couldn't really communicate with the east side, and it was kind of a sign of things to come. But still was over a year until the war ended.
Wow.
Because while that's all going on, Sean, there was the whole Eastern theater of war.
Mm-hmm.
That was considered the Western theater of war, and so you had like these. In Virginia and Maryland and stuff, shit was always popping off.
God.
It was fascinating.
Wild.
And because I already read a Lincoln biography, I know a lot of the players. Lincoln was super unhappy with all the generals in the East. These were like West Point generals, never fought in battlefields. They would just kind of push paper, and they were afraid to go into battle. Meanwhile, Grant on the West he fought in the Spanish-American War.
Did he? This is a very stupid question. Did he become president?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's on our $50 bill.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't put any old slouch up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all,
How many terms after Lincoln was he president?
I couldn't tell you actually. So President Lincoln's killed in 1964.
Yeah.
I think someone else becomes president for for 4 years. I can't remember.
Then Grant.
Then Grant.
Okay. Well, that so I did a good job today. I was more into him talking about his the Civil War than I was last time. So hey, I'm happy.
I'm the happiest that I've been in a long time.
Hell yeah!
Thank you, God.
Love you guys. Have a great week.
Have a good week.
We'll talk soon.
Goodbye.